Line, we trail 17-3. Crowd noise growing on the Florida sideline anyway. There's the snap. Murray will pump fake. Now he'll throw it into the far corner. Some pushing and shoving. Did we catch it? Yes, we did. Michael Bennett wrestled his way free to make the catch in the far corner.
Reverse the other way. Here comes Hines Ward. He got a block. He scored.
It's in the air. They give it to Henry. We met him in the hole and we tried to drive him back, and I don't know if we did, but it's awfully close. They make it. My God, the defense stopped him on the...
Breaks the tackle. No shot. 45, 50, 45, 40, 35. Nobody's going to catch him.
Tops to throw. Post route. Caught by Grady. Bumped by a man into the far corner. He's going to get there first. Touchdown. Running to the left. Angling 25-20. Got a block from Brown. 50, 10, 5. Touchdown. 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 Dogs win it. We're headed to Atlanta. Today's broadcast is presented by the authority of the University of Georgia Athletic Association Incorporated and may not be rebroadcast in any form without expressed written consent of the University of Georgia Athletic Association. Don't forget, Lauren Smith will be joining us on the sidelines on this chilly Kentucky Saturday afternoon with his Cook's Pest Control sideline reports. We'll be checking in with Lauren. All in blue. Blue tops, blue bottoms, and blue helmets. Georgia in their road whites, silver breeches, red helmets. Kentucky will be kicking from left to right. That's west to east here at the Commonwealth Stadium configuration. Tim Mastay has it teed up on the 30, and we're almost set to go. Back deep for Georgia is the freshman Richard Samuel as he stands near the goal line. Mastay he's been a boomer on kickoffs this year. He's kicked 19 into the end zone for touchbacks. That's tops in the conference. So they don't even mess with the kick return. They just kick the fool out of it and make the other guy start on the 20.
And Richard Samuel had a couple of nice returns, a couple of scares last week as well, but a couple of nice returns. See if he can duplicate that effort.
Had a 60-yarder against the Gators last week. Here's Mastay, and we are underway here in Kentucky. An end-over-end kick taken by Samuel on the 2. Straight ahead to the 10, to the 15, to 20. He's got a lane, hit from behind and knocked forward across the 35, up near the 37-yard line perhaps. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like they will spot it right on the 35-yard line. So Samuel had a nice lane to run right up the middle of the field, and a nice return as he gets it out to the 35, and that's where Georgia will start on offense.
And once again, you see that straight line speed from Richard Samuel. Coach Rick talked about it in the pregame show. Very strong and fast when he gets a head of steam up going downhill.
Dogs start out in the I formation. Marino the tailback, 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. Stafford under center. 4-man front for Kentucky. We'll hand it off to Noshine. He cuts to the outside. He's got running room. Marino on his feet into Kentucky territory all the way down to the 44-yard line. David Jones making the tackle. So Marino, just like that, rips off 15, 21 yards. Clint Bowling with a key block to help spring Noshawn Marino, and one play, and Georgia's in Kentucky territory.
And the Cats right away just played quarter, so 4 defensive backs straight across the field. They bring one of their defensive backs down into the box, but we do a good job still on the edge for Noshawn to get loose.
And that carry puts Noshawn over the 1,000-yard mark for the second straight year. Play action fake to Marino, throw it in the right flat. It is caught by Massaquoi on the far side of the field. And out of bounds near the 35-yard line is Muhammad Massaquoi near the first down marker. They'll spot it on the 34-yard line.
Good quick start here by the Georgia offense. Coming out a couple of plays that they're very sure about. Just a quick little swing pass, give Matthew a little bit of confidence after last week's game. And right now they look in sync and ready to play.
Almost a gain of 10 on the play. Second down and a short 1. Smith and McAtee making the stop. I formation for Georgia. Work from the far hash. He'll hand it off straight ahead to Noshawn. Running hard through the line of scrimmage. He stumbles at the 30 and falls forward to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 4 on the play and a first down for the Bulldogs inside the Kentucky 30. We are just underway. A stiff wind blowing from the south across the stadium to the north. The flags are whipping hard. Sunny day. 90 seconds in, and the Dogs driving on the Kentucky 29-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Now 3 receivers to the near side and 1 to the right. And Stafford will drop back into the shotgun. Marino's the tail. Snap is low, and Stafford fields it. He throws off balance. Wide open in the corner. Touchdown, Noshawn Marino. Front right corner of the end zone. Excuse me, Mohamed Massaquoi, I'm sorry.
Well, a blown coverage right there from Kentucky. They actually were playing man-to-man, and then the corner came off of Massaquoi on a blitz. Nobody was there. Kentucky tried to recover, but then it was way too late. I didn't think Matthew was going to see him right away, but caught him out of the corner of his eye, then delivered a good ball.
A quick drive for Georgia. It takes just a little more than 90 seconds. Here's Walsh for the point after attempt, and it is good. So Georgia gets the ball, and, they take care of business. They did what they wanted to do, off to a fast start, a touchdown pass from Stafford to Mohamed Massaquoi. We've got a timeout, 7-0 Georgia. Let's pause for these words. Stafford under center, raises up, changes the protection perhaps. He will throw from the eye, thrown to the near sideline, and incomplete. Pass intended for Massaquoi at the 35-yard line, broken up by David Jones from behind. Jones out of Red Jacket, West Virginia, broke up the pass play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Georgia.
Well, again, Kentucky just is playing that quarters defense where each of the defensive backs has the deep part of the field behind them. David Jones comes up on that hitch route, makes a play. We're going to have opportunities to go over the top of him as this game continues.
5-men front now for Kentucky as Johnny Williams, the linebacker, sneaks up on the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right, handed off to Noshawn, run to the near side, breaks through a hole across the 30 and up to the 33-yard line perhaps, before he is brought down by Braxton Kelly, who is the Cats' leading tackler, the senior linebacker out of LaGrange, Georgia.
Good work up front there by Ben Jones and Cordy Glenn. Once again, opening up some nice lanes for Noshawn to work through. You have to like what you see so far from this Georgia offense.
3rd and about 3.5 to go for Georgia. 2 receivers to the right, Durham and Green, and 1 to the left. That's Massaquoi, and Stafford works from the shotgun. Takes the snap, stands in the pocket, flushed out, runs right. Running and throwing and caught. Noshawn caught at the 40. Noshawn across the 50. Noshawn cuts back at the Cats' 35-yard line and is tackled at the 33-yard line. Marino running after the catch for a huge gain down to the Cats' 34 is where they'll spot it. Shamari Moore, the senior cornerback, finally bringing him down.
Good job there by Matthew Stafford as well, buying himself some time. Good coverage there by the Kentucky defense. Matthew had to roll out to his right, and then Noshawn kept working to get open, found a seam, and then a good job running with the ball after the catch.
33-yard gain for Georgia. 1st and 10 for the Dogs at the Cats' 34-yard line. Toss it to Richard Samuel. He runs right side, runs past 1 tackler, gets up near the 30-yard line for a gain of about 4 on the play. And Trevard Lindley tripped him up. Lindley, another Georgia guy, the junior from Hiram, Georgia. He's their best defensive back. He was like Asher Allen, also named to the semifinal list for the Thorpe Award earlier this week. But the Dogs pick up a handful on 2nd down. About 3 yards for Samuel on the carry that time, so it's 2nd down and 7. And Samuel is the lone setback, stands to the right of Stafford, who's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the right side as the Dogs work from the far hash. Stafford will throw a bullet, caught by Massaquoi, avoids 1 tackle at the 20, keeps on his feet down to the 10. He's still driving. He's got 4 blue shirts on him, and now the whistles finally blow, and the play is dead at the 10-yard line. Cobb and Jones holding up Massaquoi. They never got him to the turf. Big Mohamed Massaquoi had some huge catches already, Z, and we're just about 6 or 7 minutes into the ball game.
Yeah, he really has. Kentucky there manned up, just a simple slant pattern out of the shotgun for Georgia. Matthew did a good job catching it and delivered another strike to Momass.
Marino back in at the tail. 2 receivers to the right side. Kentucky jumps but gets back, and now Stafford working out of the eye will change the play. 1st and goal from the 10. Handoff Marino. Big hole on the right side. A gain of 4 down to the 6-yard line. As Marino running behind Anderson and Davis on that right side of the line of scrimmage. Micah Johnson, the middle linebacker from Fort Campbell, Kentucky, makes the stop. 2nd and goal from the Kentucky 6-yard line.
Scott, I'm not sure if we've made any kind of fundamental change there, but all year long when we've had the defensive team jump on any kind of hard count, we've snapped it and taken a knee. Didn't do it there. You know, we've been burned on that a couple of times this year.
We bunched 3 receivers tight on the right end of the line of scrimmage, and Marino is the lone setback. Under center, Stafford. We bring a man in motion. That's the fullback, Sutherland. Back and forth. They'll hand it to Noshan. He runs straight ahead, breaks past the 5, fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown. He was just jerking his upper body across the goal line, pulling away from a blue shirt to get 6 more for the Dogs, and it's 13-0.
Great determination there from Noshan, just running through people. Last 3 or 4 yards of that touchdown run, he was just moving and mowing right through several Kentucky defenders.
6-yard touchdown run for Noshan. Blair Walsh for the point after. It's put down by Mims, and the kick is right through the uprights. Run by Marino. And then Kentucky just went 60 yards in 15 plays a few moments ago. Tony Dixon with a 3-yard run. And that's been the scoring to this point. Cats will keep it on the ground. They'll hand it off. Alfonso Smith makes a man miss at the 20, cuts to the near sideline and up to about the 26-yard line. Alfonso Smith, the speedy junior, gets a first down for Kentucky. Rashad Jones makes the stop for Georgia as the Cats continue to move the football on the ground.
Well, a huge hole there for Alfonso Smith to run through. Really nobody there. Nobody laid a hand on him until he got up to the second level. But this Kentucky offense continuing to give a lot of different looks to Georgia's defense.
12-yard gain. Cobb fakes the handoff, rolls to the right. He's a left-hander. He'll tuck it and run with a block on the far side. Spun around, he fumbled. Ball is on the ground, and the Dogs fall on it. Georgia has it at the 37-yard line. Cobb got stripped, and the ball went tumbling towards the Georgia sideline, and C.J. Bird has recovered the fumble. Roderick Battle is the one who pulled it out. He stripped Cobb, and Bird falls on it for Georgia. The Dogs have the ball at the Kentucky 37-yard line.
And that ball got stripped when Roderick Battle came from behind a Cobb, tackled him from behind and just ripped the ball out. Big play there by the Georgia defense, giving Matthew Stafford and our offense, again, great field position to go to work.
Dogs on the Cats' 37-yard line. They'll line up in the I. Sutherland the fullback and Marino the tailback. Play action fake to Noshan. Stafford going for it all. Right corner, diving effort by A.J. Green. Again, the pass just out of his reach down the right sideline and is incomplete. Green had his man by about 1.5 feet, and Stafford had just a little too much on the ball.
Yeah, quick change of momentum. Always a good time to take shots down the field anytime you have a big turnover or a big play, especially at this place in the field. A little more air under that pass for Matthew Stafford, and that would have been an easy 6 points.
Trevard Lindley providing the coverage on that incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the Cats, 37 for the Dogs. Toss it to Marino. He runs left side. Tries to get to the corner, dives forward to the 35-yard line, and that's all he can get. Kentucky pursued it well. Micah Johnson, the linebacker, tripping up Noshan Marino after only about a 2-yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 yards to go for Georgia in Kentucky territory and leading it 14-7.
Georgia so far today, 1 out of 2 on 3rd down. Not many 3rd down chances. The first 2 drives they had really had their way with it. This is a big play here, really to capture all the momentum in the game and get it back on our side.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation for the Dogs. Marino's the setback. Stands to the left of Matthew Stafford. 4-man rush for Kentucky. Handed off to Noshan. Straight ahead, cuts back, spun around at the 23-yard line perhaps. Going to be short of the first down. A gain of 2, maybe 3 yards as Jenkins and Kelly made the stop. Ventrell Jenkins, the SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week. He had a couple of sacks in a big game against Mississippi State last week. Stops Marino there. They're on the 33-yard line. Dogs 4th down on the Kentucky 33, 4th and 6. And the play clock. Well, the play clock just reset. It was down to 9 seconds, and then it reset. Now it's at 22. And the Dogs will go for it here on 4th and 6. from the Kentucky 33. Bring Durham in motion from left to right. Stafford going to roll to the right, rolling and throwing on the run, and it is incomplete. Did that get tipped? Well, that pass just looked flat when it came out of his hands, trying to go to A.J. Green. And the pass is incomplete, and Kentucky holds on 4th down, and the ball goes back to Big Blue.
Well, A.J. Green was split wide with Chris Durham, and A.J. just tried to provide a little pick for Chris Durham, but Kentucky defense did well. Matthew then came off Chris Durham, went back to A.J. Green, kind of threw across his body as he was rolling out to his right, and the pass was a little bit off target. Scrimmage, and then they call the play, and everybody separates out.
They'll split 2 men to the right, 1 to the left. The lone setback is Dixon. Cobb's in the shotgun. There's the snap. It's a little bit high. Cobb's going to take it and run to the right, dodges a tackler, and just waltzes into the end zone. A little high step, too, and now there's a flag. He was high stepping and doing a little showing off into the end zone, and the officials dropped the flag in the end zone. So Kentucky may have to back up on the kickoff. I think that's where they'll assess the penalty. But Cobb with a 2-yard touchdown run.
Touchdown is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Celebration penalty number 18. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Ken Williamson, our referee today. And Kentucky now with a chance to tie it up with the point after.
And a nice little run there by Cobb, but really good block thrown by Tony Dixon. Securing the edge for Cobb to get outside and really just walk right into the end zone, or high step right into the end zone as he did.
Lona Sieber to try the point after to tie this game up. There's the snap and the hold, and the kick is good. It's out to the left, Massaquoi to the right, I formation, Marino's the tail, will toss it to Noshan. Cuts inside the tackle and is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Jeremy Jarman kind of blew that play up for Kentucky. And they call it no gain as they spot the ball between the 42 and the 43-yard line. So Noshan, nothing on that carry. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Dogs. We're tied at 14, 2nd quarter. Clock at 6:25 and moving. Bright sunshine and a stiff wind blowing here on a chilly day in Lexington. Stafford under center, I formation. Fake to Marino in the pocket, steps up, throws, complete to Michael Moore at the 45. Moore near sideline, shakes the tackler at the 30. Moore still on his feet down the sideline, all the way down to the 11-yard line. Michael Moore with excellent running after the catch, puts Georgia in fine scoring position. Trevard Lindley pushes him out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Well, that was just the kind of play that we needed to recapture some of this momentum. Play action pass there by Stafford. Kentucky was in man-to-man. We just run a simple little crossing route, then another great job of running with the football after the catch and staying in bounds. We could easily have stepped out of bounds, but picked up another 15 yards or so by staying in bounds and being conscious of it.
46 yards on the reception for Michael Moore's 20th catch of the year. The Dogs have it. They're in business. 1st and 10, and they'll hand it off to Marino. He looking for running room in the middle of the line of scrimmage, and not a whole lot there, just a lot of bodies, and Marino adds to the stack as he runs straight ahead and gets nothing. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Georgia and Kentucky tied at 14. The ball is actually closer to the 12 than it is the 11. 2nd down for the Dogs coming up. I formation. Chappis the fullback. Marino the tail. And Green and Massaquoi break out to the left side. The tight end Chandler gives Georgia an unbalanced line to the right. Stafford fake to Marino. Will pass it. No shot. No, that's Chappis. Touchdown over the middle. The fullback threw it right over the middle to Sean Chappis. His first career touchdown. And Georgia regains the lead. It's 20-14.
Well, that was just a great job of play-action pass by Stafford and by Marino both. Really confused the Kentucky defense, and Chappis was wide open over the middle after that play-action pass, and Kentucky defenders coming up to guard the run.
Point after by Blair Walsh is good, and Georgia leads at 21-14. Dogs have tried that play before this season, and Chappis didn't hang on to the football, but he did that time. He gets his first career touchdown, and the Dogs lead at 21-14. 14. Less than 5 minutes to go in the half. Let's take a timeout, a 60-second SEC break on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Jimmy Ellis at Jim Ellis Automotive Dealerships, and we have
Jarman tipped that screen attempt. We're trying to run a screen to the right, and Jarman at 6'3" and 277 got a hand on it.
And that's a play, really, that goes back onto the quarterback. You've got to be able to get it around those defensive linemen. Matthew almost threw it right into Jarman. That is the quarterback's responsibility to get it up and over the defensive line.
Mims will punt it. Randall Cobb back on his own 39, the deep man for Kentucky. 7:47, the clock is stopped here in the third quarter. The Dogs with a 4-point lead. Mims stands on his 5 and awaits the snap. Long count, there's the snap. Kentucky comes after it and they get it, they block it. Kentucky blocked the punt and they fall on the ball at about the 9-yard line.
And this place just erupted with that. Kentucky loaded up on the defensive line. It looked like Georgia had a little bit of confusion. Should they bring in one of their gunners or not? They brought him back in, but it's just an avalanche of blue jerseys coming onto our punter there, Mims.
Danny Trevathan is the man who blocked it. And now Kentucky with a swing play, try to take the lead here. They have the ball on the Georgia 10-yard line, or just inside of it. The ball is actually just a shade across the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal. He'll snap it to Cobb, and he'll keep it on the quarterback runner out to the left side at the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. He avoided 2 tacklers. Remarcus Brown couldn't get him. Cobb went around to the far side and sneaked into the end zone for the 10-yard touchdown run, and the Cats lead for the first time in the ballgame.
Yeah, and that was all Randall Cobb there, just utilizing his speed to get outside and outflank everybody on the Georgia defense. The crowd's into it now. This Kentucky team is into it. They now believe we've got to stem this tide pretty quickly.
We'll try to point after. Kentucky now up 23-21. Dogs in trouble here in Commonwealth Stadium. Lonis Sieber to try the point after attempt. There's the snap and the hold, and the kick is good. Cats by 3, 24-21. They block a punt and score on the next play with Cobb on a 10-yard run. Timeout here in Lexington. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. And as you heard, Lauren, also, Justin Anderson out of the ball game. Josh Davis and Clint Bowling will be the tackles.
It's got the Dogs after the first 2 drives of this game have really been erratic outside of the one long pass that we had where we scored our 3rd touchdown. Part of the reason is we've got to get established on the ground and get Noshawn back involved in this football game.
I formation. Marino, the tailback, runs to the right, stops, nothing there, tries to cut inside, and not much there either. He may have gotten a yard on the play to about the 21-yard line.
And Kentucky's making no secret about it right now. They're going to get as many guys in the box. They want us to throw the football, and even with that being said, we can't abandon the running game, because when we're if we don't have that, if we're not completing some of the shots downfield, it makes for quick series, and then it gets our defense right back on the field. We've got to get this running game going regardless of how many people they put in the box.
One back in the backfield, and that is Marino. He'll take the handoff. Left tackle. He tries to, again, find a hole, and it's just not there as Kentucky closes it up with a big defensive tackle, Corey Peters from Louisville, 6'3" and 290. Came over to tackle Marino up high, and again, minimal gain on the play, maybe one. It's 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. Dogs not making a lot of progress here. Third quarter, 6:24 on the clock. Kentucky leading it 24-21, and a 10-point surge here in the quarter has livened up this crowd here at Commonwealth Stadium.
And the Dogs 2 for 6 on 3rd down so far today.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Stafford in the shotgun will throw from the pocket. Fires over the middle. It is caught at the 34-yard line. Muhammad Massaquoi, and that's a 1st down as he is slung to the ground at the 34. But Stafford that time, Z, just stood in the pocket, waited for his man to come open, and Massaquoi did and reeled it in to move the sticks.
Well, he did, and he had a nice pocket to stand in, too. Davis, Bowling, Glenn, Jones, and Davis, all of them did a really good job securing that pocket and creating a nice space for Stafford to step up and deliver the ball.
Ashton Cobb made the tackle for Kentucky, but the Dogs move the chains. 1st and 10. Stafford throws to the right on the run, complete to Massaquoi. Had a partial block out there, but Michael Moore unable to sustain it. But Massaquoi will gain about 5 on that running pass to the right side up to the 40-yard line. Shamari Moore and Ashton Cobb again making the tackle.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. That's just another way to run the ball, although you're throwing it, and to get 5 yards on that, get a 2nd down and short, put you in 3rd and short type situation, 2nd and short or medium situation here. Much better place to be when you've got a very athletic defensive line you're playing against.
Yeah, Massaquoi got 6 on that play. It's 2nd and 4, 3 receivers to the near side. Stafford looking on the far side, fires complete to Durham at the 48. Chris Durham turns and runs downfield to the 48-yard line of Kentucky. He was tripped up at the 48 by Burden, Randall Burden, a redshirt freshman from LaGrange, Georgia, made the tackle. But again, Georgia moves the chains. Another 1st down for the Bulldogs as the Dogs are driving here.
Another good job by the Georgia offensive line, giving Matthew Stafford a chance to scan the entire field. Started out looking to his left, ended up coming back to Chris Durham on his right on a curl route where Chris kept working back to him.
3 receivers left and 1 right, and Stafford throws out of the shotgun. Pass is complete, caught. Jumping up high is Michael Moore at the 28, and he's tackled at the 25-yard line. Marcus McClinton, the free safety, brought him down. But Michael Moore running a nice pattern just inside the hash marks, made a nice catch, and the Dogs are moving to the 25-yard line on that play.
Yeah, that nice pattern of Michael Moore was just a post pattern right into the middle of cover 2, and Matthew Stafford threw it right over the linebacker or defensive back's head for a nice completion.
23-yard gain as the Dogs again 1st and 10. 3 bunched up receivers tight on the right side of the line. They bring Sutherland, the fullback, in motion. Toss sweep goes to Marino, running hard, 25, cuts downfield, 20, and tripped up right there, maybe to the 19-yard line. A gain of 5 and possibly 6, depending on the spot. Jenkins and Burden making the tackle on Noshan as he ran to the right side. They'll give him 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 call it as the Dogs continue to move. They're at the Wildcat 20-yard line, trailing 24-21, getting late in the 3rd quarter, 3:40 on the clock, and it's ticking.
This is just the kind of drive, though, that Georgia needed here, getting Noshan back involved. Matthews finding a little bit of a rhythm.
Stafford under center, handed off to Noshan. Noshan spins on the right side, shaking off defenders, and at the 10, at the 5, and touchdown. Noshan Marino spinning at the line of scrimmage at the 20, was able to stiff arm a couple of attackers as he sprints into the far corner of the end zone for the score.
That's his second touchdown of the day, where he's just running through people and spinning off of people, doing a great job.
He ought to patent that spin move and that stiff arm. He's so
really
good.
should.
He's good at both of them. Point after try by Walsh is good, and the Dogs regain the lead. Georgia back in front with 3:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. 20 run. Gamble and Jones made the stop for Georgia, but Cobb again picks up another quick 10 yards, and they'll spot the ball on the Bulldog 14-yard line.
Anytime you use the quarterback to run the football, you end up having one more blocker typically than you otherwise would. You've got to get more people down into the box, maybe even play cover 0. They're not going to have or haven't shown the propensity to beat you downfield throwing the football.
Cobb stays in the shotgun, 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. Will hand it off this time to Dixon. Dixon with a hole, 10, 5, left corner of the end zone, touchdown. Kentucky takes the lead once again. Tony Dixon ran it to the left side, and he had a big hole to run through, and then nothing but green space in front of him once he broke past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and what he left behind were white jerseys that were on the ground, and this Georgia defense right now walking around, hanging their head a little bit after that play. Understandably so, how effective this Kentucky offense has been on the ground, but now we've got to dig down deep and finish this drill, because it's going to be a battle to the final gun.
Lona Sieber for the point after. to make it a 3-point Kentucky lead. There's the snap and the hold and the kick. It's good, and the Cats back in front. It's 31-28 Kentucky, 14:26 to go in the fourth quarter here in Lexington. Timeout on the field. Let's pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network. 31-28. Dogs have been hit hard on defense over the last 3 games. They've given up 118 points now to LSU, Florida, and now Kentucky.
And it is a team game. We have to be always mindful of the fact that they're operating off of a short field several times, just like they did there.
A low line drive kick bounces on the 5 and out of bounds. So again, an opportunity now for Georgia. For Kentucky in the second half, and it's 31-28 Wildcats, but the Dogs have it 1st and 10 on the 40. Stafford play action in the pocket, will throw it deep, trying to go to A.J. Green. It is caught! A.J. Green at the 20-yard line. Make it the 19, his first catch of the day. David Jones trying to cover the 6'4 freshman, but he couldn't get it done. He didn't make the tackle, though.
Kentucky there just playing quarters like they started out doing right at the start of the game. We ran a post right behind the safety and had the angle on the cornerback, and very well thrown football, and a good job for A.J. Green going up to get that catch. His first catch of the day, by the way.
42 yards on the reception. Noshawn Marino with a key block to protect it. And the Dogs 1st and 10 on the Kentucky 18-yard line. Give it to Noshawn, left tackle. Big hole! Noshawn to the corner, and he high steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Noshawn Marino, his 3rd touchdown this afternoon.
Boy, good job up front by Davis and Bowling just to open up some holes. Bowling and Glenn to open up. Nice hole for Noshawn, who just waltzed into the end zone.
Wow. Man. He had a huge gaping hole on the left side. And the Dogs answer in a hurry. 34-31. And the point after to make it 35 if Walsh converts. There's the snap and the hold and the kick. And he does convert. Good. 35-31. Dogs answer in a hurry. 60 yards in 2 plays. 13:49 to go in this ball game. It's a shootout. Timeout. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network. Noshawn over 100 yards, 113 yards rushing for the redshirt sophomore. That is his 12th career 100-yard plus rushing game and his 6th this season. Noshawn Marino over 1,000 yards for the season in today's game as well, and he's doing it all today.
And Scott, how big do special teams come into play really in every game? Again, there Kentucky kicks the football out of bounds, gives us very good field position. On the flip side, we've had a punt blocked and then a punt that was basically shanked, giving Kentucky very good field position. Huge swings of momentum.
Walsh will kick it off deep, 1.5 yards deep into the end zone. And they will run it out with Winston Guy. He's got a burst, and he's got a lane. He's all the way to midfield at the 40. 2 men to beat, running behind a blocker at the 20. Cuts back at the 15, and we finally tackle him at the 4-yard line. A 96-yard kickoff return by Winston Guy for Kentucky. Hold on to your hats. We got a long way to go.
And we just talked about it, the importance of special teams play and how big of a momentum shift it can give your football team. And once again, Kentucky, another huge play on special teams, giving them virtually no field here to work with. 1st and goal on the 4-yard line.
Drew Williams made the tackle, the touchdown saving tackle. We'll see if it's just delaying the inevitable. Maybe the Dogs defense can come up with a big play. 1st and goal from the Georgia 4. Here are the Cats running with Dixon. Cuts to the outside, takes a wide angle, curled around to the near side. Forced back by Justin Houston, and then Asher Allen made the tackle on Dixon. And did he get back to the line of scrimmage? He may have, but just barely. Georgia almost had him in the behind the 5-yard line for a loss, but they'll spot it back on the 4, maybe just inside of it. 2nd down and goal. Dixon, the lone setback to the right of Cobb in the shotgun. He looks to the sideline, gets the play call. Now shuffles behind the line of scrimmage to let the lineman know what it is. There's the snap in the shotgun. Quarterback draw, right side. Cobb pushing his way down to the 1. Still pushing. No signal from the officials. I think they're going to spot him on the 1 or just shy of the goal line anyway. Did not get into the end zone, despite what the Kentucky fans here at Commonwealth Stadium thought they saw.
And Cobb is coming up from the pile, too, wanting coaches to review the play, saying that he did indeed get in the end zone. It's really tough to tell.
Yeah, the ball, I mean, the nose of the ball is almost touching the goal line. So he needs about 6 or 7 inches. 3rd and goal from inside the 1. And this time Cobb under center. Dogs crowd the line. Everybody up on the line of scrimmage, and a timeout.
The previous play is under further review.
So there you go. They'll review the play. We'll take a quick 30-second SEC break here on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
If you're already a Regions Bank customer, we thank you for your business. If not, there's never been a better time to give us a try. Regions is strong. Regions is stable. In fact, when the FDIC needed a bank to assume approximately $900 million in deposits from an Atlanta area bank, they turned to Regions. So if you're looking for strength, stability, and opportunity, go to Regions.com, call 1-800-REGIONS, or stop by a branch today. Regions, proud to be the official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Final score on the AJC scoreboard: North Carolina 28, Georgia Tech 7. Michigan State leading Purdue in the 4th 21-7, and South Carolina leads Arkansas in the 3rd 20-7. Here it's 35-31, Georgia leading Kentucky in a game that Georgia scored the first 2 touchdowns, but since then it's been almost back and forth. It certainly has been back and forth here in the second half, and Kentucky threatening to retake the lead again as they have it 3rd and goal from inside the 1, and they're reviewing the last play to see if Cobb got in the end zone.
And Kentucky's mounted this charge entirely on the ground through a lot of different looks. The option out of the eye with Cobb under center. They've run the spread option several times.
After review, ruling on the field stands as called. 3rd down.
So Kentucky will try it again on 3rd and goal from inside the 1. Dogs, 11 guys in the box, if you will. And Kentucky tries to push their way forward. Cobb may have not gotten in there. No, he did. Oh, he just barely got in there. The linesman on the near side came in with the touchdown signal, and for a while it looked like his first push wasn't going to get him across, but his second effort apparently did, and Kentucky is back in the lead, 37-35, pending the point after.
And that's rushing touchdown number 3 on the day for Randall Cobb.
He's trying to keep up with Noshawn. 12:15 to go in the game. That's time for a good 6 touchdowns the way this one's going. Lona Sieber for the point after for the Wildcats. There's the snap. It's a little bit high. Mastay gets it down, and Sieber puts it through the uprights. It's good, and the Cats lead by a score of 38-35. 3-point lead for Kentucky. 12:15 to go in the game. Dogs get the ball. Hang on. We'll take a time. South Carolina with a 20-14 lead now in Arkansas in the 3rd, and Tennessee has scored, but they still trail Wyoming 13-7 in Knoxville in the 4th. Here it's a 3-point lead for the Wildcats as the ball once again falls off the tee, and Tim Mastay will have to go and set it back up again. Richard Samuel is the deep man for Georgia as the Dogs will return the kickoff from left to right. They have fallen behind again. It's been back and forth here in the second half as again the wind knocks the ball off the tee, and I think the official says he'll get one more try to see if it'll stand up on its own. Then after that they'll have to bring up one of the kick coverage men, and he'll have to hold the ball. 12:15 to play in the game. 3-point Kentucky lead. Here's Mastay with a kick. A long, high, end-over-end kick. Samuel gets under it, takes it at the 2. Straight ahead to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and up to the 22-yard line. Or maybe the 21.
In the 4-yard line, so again operating on a short field.
Crowd responding to a score they saw as we run a reverse with A.J. Green. He's got running room. 25, 30, 35, near sideline, 40, 45, and out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A.J. Green, we bunch up 3 receivers to the left side, bring the fullback in motion. That's Chappis. And Stafford will fire. Quick, hard pass. It's a high pass, and Massaquoi makes it at the 45. The ball is ripped loose. There's a big pile right in front of the Kentucky bench. The officials are saying that Kentucky has the football. Massaquoi caught it. He had to go high to get it. He came down. They ripped it out. And Kentucky has the fumble recovery near midfield.
Boy, how about that? From up here in the booth, it looked like there was a face mask on the play, but no flags on the ground. And the Kentucky offense is now out on the field.
Yeah, it's Kentucky's ball. As Georgia goes back to work. 1st and 10 on their own 35. Handed off to Noshan. He covers up the ball, tries to get to the right corner. Tripped up, breaks a tackle, spins at the 40, and falls forward for a 5-yard gain. Now here comes some flags flying in late. Oh, that may be something bad on the 2nd down and 20. Stafford in the shotgun, stands in the pocket, throws it deep, far sideline. He's got a man. Oh, just out of the reach of A.J. Green, who had 2 steps on his defender. David Jones. Green had him beat, and the pass just out of his reach.
And really a good throw this time by Matthew Stafford. He had a lot of heat in his face from that Kentucky defensive line. Had to let it go just a hair before he wanted to, and again, just on the fingertips of A.J. Green.
3rd and long for the Dogs. 3rd and 20 from the 26-yard line. Previous play, the ball was spotted closer to the 25. Now it's almost at the 26. Kentucky has a 3-point lead, 38-35 with 9:42 to go. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He's standing in the pocket. He'll throw it to Massaquoi. He's wide open. Massaquoi cuts upfield and gets the 1st down, and then he fumbles it again. The ball is still loose. Rolling. A pile up back on the Kentucky 37-yard line, and I think the Cats have come up with it again. Massaquoi had the 1st down, Eric. Couldn't hang on to the football.
Boy, he did. It was just a little crossing route over the middle. Momass catches it, does a great job running with the football until he coughs it up. And this opportunistic Kentucky defense, 22 takeaways coming into the game, gets another one here.
I think Robbie McAtee may have come up with the loose ball. But Kentucky has it 1st and 10. All of a sudden, Georgia had gone practically the entire game without a turnover, and now 2 late turnovers. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun snap to Stafford in the pocket, throws it over the middle. It's caught by Massaquoi. Massaquoi breaks the tackle. 40, 50, go, Muhammad. Cuts it to 30, 25, 20, avoids another tackle all the way down to the 8-yard line, maybe the 7. Muhammad Massaquoi doing his best impression of Lindsey Scott, took it all the way down inside the 10.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that was needed and needed right away. The only fear right now is that it happened too quick. But a great job by the Georgia offensive line, and Matthew Stafford just delivered a strike. Momass breaks 1 tackle and is just off to the races.
Robbie McAtee finally brought him down at the 7-yard line, and that quieted the crowd. 78 yards on the pass play. 3:30 on the clock, and it's ticking. Dogs trail by 3, 38-31. They'll line up in the eye. Chappis is the fullback. Marino the tail. Toss sweep to Noshan. Marino running behind Chappis to the 5, 4, and tumbles out of bounds right there at the 4-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 3:14 to go.
That 78-yard completion takes Matthew Stafford up to 365 yards on the day through the air.
Peters and Jarman forcing Marino, out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Noshan with 3 scores today and 123 yards on 22 carries. Dogs trying to retake the lead. 3 minutes to play, and the clock is moving. 2nd and goal on the 4. Stafford fakes the handoff. He throws. He almost threw it. He had a man open, and he got tripped up in the backfield. He got tripped up and is sacked back on the 10 or the 11-yard line. Looked like it was that Chandler or Sutherland out in the left corner of the end zone, breaking open, and Stafford couldn't get the ball to him. Sam Maxwell, the linebacker from Hartwell, Georgia, credited with the sack as he got Stafford around the ankle and tripped him up.
And Matthew, it looked like he had a guy wide open in the flat, saw a flash of blue, and it's probably a good thing that he held on to that football, or that may have been picked off.
He went through with the motion and then pulled it in. And now he's standing with the official as they let the clock tick down, and Georgia will call a timeout with the clock stopped at 2:05.
Timeout, Georgia.
Take a deep breath. Dogs trail by 3, 2:05 to play, and Georgia on the Kentucky 11-yard line. A 60-second SEC break right now on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
New at Sanford Stadium this fall, Subway restaurants. But you don't have to go to a Bulldogs game to get the official sandwich of the Georgia Bulldogs. Visit any of the over 425 Subway restaurants in the Atlanta and North Georgia areas for the great fresh taste and some real savings on your food budget at participating Subway restaurants. Like any regular foot-long sub for only $5. Now that's a deal you can really bite into. Subway. Play hard. Eat fresh. Go Dogs.
Hi, this is Eric Zier from Metro PCS. The economy is pretty tough this year, kind of like Georgia's schedule. That's why you need to switch to Metro PCS today. Right now, get 4 unlimited lines for only $100 a month. That's only $25 a month per line for unlimited local and long-distance wireless, all with no contracts. So save big this season, and of course, go Dogs.
To find a store near you, call 1-888-8-METRO-8 or go online to metropcs.com. Metro PCS. Unlimit yourself.
Long distance only in the continental U.S. Tax and fees not included. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details. Limited time offer.
Matthew Stafford has his second career 300-yard game, a career-best 365 yards, 2 touchdowns, 16 of 26. And it's coming down to this, 3rd and goal from the 11. 2:05 to play, and the Dogs trail by 3, 38-35.
And you're going against what has been a very strong suit for this Kentucky defense. Their performance within the red zone coming into the game, 14th in the country. Can we put a little dent in that armor and take the lead?
Marino and Samuel in the game at the same time. Marino is lining up as the fullback right now, and Samuel is the tail. Massaquoi and Green line up in a stacked formation on the right side. As the Dogs, once play resumes, will work from the far hash, but we're still in a TV time, so the Dogs can't run their play. 38-35, Kentucky leads. 2:05 to go in the game. A 78-yard pass play took the Dogs from the 15 down inside the Cats' 10. Now we send Marino out into the right slot, and Samuel is the lone setback. No Sean in motion, back and forth. Play action from Stafford. Stafford avoids the sack, fakes, runs to the near sideline, still looking, throws it into the end zone, and touchdown! Touchdown, A.J. Green, back right corner of the end zone.
What a great job by Matthew Stafford, buying time once again with his legs, getting out of a mess there in the defensive backfield. I don't know how he found A.J., but got it up to him high. A.J. goes up and makes just a huge catch to give the Dogs the lead.
Was that how they drew it up? Run for your life and throw it in the back corner, and the 6'4 freshman will catch it. Here's the point after by Walsh, and it's good. And the Dogs have taken the lead again. We've said that a time or two in this half. 42-38 with 1:54 to go. Timeout, 60-second SEC break on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Everyone wants to spend less and get more. Well, now you can with Charter Communications. Hi, this is Scott Howard. Get the most for the least when you bundle your Charter services. That's what works for me. Cable TV, Charter high-speed internet, and Charter telephone with unlimited local and long-distance calling for as low as $99.97 a month. Add HD for an even better package. The only thing that could beat that is a Bulldog touchdown. Remember, the bundle is better. Call Charter Communications for more details. 1-888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com.
Coach Vince Dooley talks about his patio room from Champion.
I knew I would like it.
but I never realized that I would like it as much as I do.
Which is exactly what thousands of people across Atlanta, across the entire U.S., say about Champion window siding and patio roofs. So remember,
when it comes to home improvements, Champion beats the competition hands down.
Call 770-817-1953 for hours and directions to Champion.
Matthew Stafford, 3 picks last week. This week, no picks and 3 touchdowns. And a career-high 376 yards, 11-yard touchdown throw to A.J. Green has put Georgia on top as Walsh kicks it high and short. It bounces on the 20, and Kentucky will take it right there with, is that Jones? Jones running to the near side. He's got some running room. We're closing in on him. 30 on the near side, up the sideline, and out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Jones, David Jones, the cornerback, ran it from all the way on the other side of the field to the Kentucky sideline and gets it to about the 36-yard line. And some valuable time ticked off the clock on that. Clock at 1:46. They'll spot it on the 37.
Well, he ran that football about 100 yards east and west,
Yes.
didn't he?
Yes, he did. Cats up to the line of scrimmage, trailing by 4. Clock at 1:46. Shotgun formation. And the officials are waving the play dead for a moment as Georgia may have called time.
Georgia, second timeout this half. This is a 30-second timeout.
Timeout for the Bulldogs. We'll take one, too. A quick 30-second SEC break on the Bulldogs Radio Network.
I believe in the Bulldog Nation, the dog walk, hunkering down, ringing the chapel bell. I believe walking into Sanford Stadium never gets old. I believe there are no shortcuts to victory. I'm Mark Rick, and I believe in Georgia Saturdays.
Fans of the red and black, log on to GeorgiaSaturdays.com for exclusive downloads. Check out the all-new 09 F-150 and Flex, and much, much more.
Ford, drive one.
.146 to play, 42-38. Georgia leads Kentucky. Cats first and 10 on their own 37. Shotgun snap to Cobb. Fakes the handoff, throws it down the middle. Wide open. Caught at the 40-yard line. Maurice Grinter, the tight end, his first catch of the day, and he's tackled at the 35 of Georgia. Prince Miller makes the tackle. They actually spotted on the 34. First down, and the clock stops.
And it's first pass they've thrown over 5 yards all day. Came in a timely place for him.
He was wide open. Cats just like that in Dogs territory on the 34. Handed off straight ahead to Dixon. Dixon trying to bull his way for some yards. Not much there. And they stop the clock with 1:27 to go. Cats call a timeout as the ball is on the 32. Daryl Gamble made the stop
Second timeout
for Georgia. Kentucky timeout. We'll take one, too. 30-second SEC timeout. Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
So the other day, I was watching the game on TV, and I kept seeing commercial after commercial with car companies comparing their trucks to Toyota, saying they can tow as much as a Toyota truck or haul as much as a Toyota truck. Well, you know, all this talk got me thinking, instead of driving a truck that has a lot of things like a Toyota truck, wouldn't it just make sense to buy, you know, a Toyota truck?
Nothing compares to Toyota. Toyota, moving forward.
Come on, D.
1:27 to go in the ball game. Cats have the ball on the Georgia 32-yard line. Second down and 8. Cobb's in the shotgun. He's been in the game all day. Dixon's the lone setback to the right. Takes the snap. Cobb in the pocket. Throws and caught at the 28 and down right there by Asher Allen as they complete the pass to Kyrus Langster. A gain of about 4 on the play, and the clock is moving at 1:12, 1:11. Now less than that. Cats up at the 27-yard line. They're on Georgia's 27. It's third down. In the pocket. Cobb lobs it to the near sideline, and it is out of bounds and incomplete. Almost intercepted by Rashad Jones, but the play took place out of bounds about 1.5 yards, and it's going to be fourth down for the Cats tried to go to Grinter again.
Well, great coverage there by Georgia. Georgia played cover 2, and Kentucky tried to fit the ball in on the corner, and Cobb lobbed it up there. Really no place to go with the football. Lucky it's not picked off. But, boy, how big is this play right now?
Clock stopped. Is that a 58 or 59 on the clock? It looks like 59 seconds. It's hard to tell. Some bulbs are out on the scoreboard. 4th down and 2 for the Cats. Here's the ball game. They snap it to Cobb. He rolls to the right. He's looking. He's a left-hander. He's in trouble, and he just flings it, and it is incomplete. It's Georgia's ball. And now a late flag comes in. Back near the 40-yard line, it might be a face mask. Oh, my goodness. Personal foul, face mask on the Dogs. Oh, Kentucky's just been given CPR. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down and 51 seconds to go.
Face mask on the defense. Half the difference from the goal. Automatic 1st down.
Oh. Boy, did that ever just give them all new life. Cobb rolled out to his right. He's left-handed. We had all kinds of pressure on him. He couldn't get his shoulders turned around to make any kind of
win. They're on the 12, the 13, excuse me. 1st and 10 on the Dogs' 13 in the shotgun. Cobb frantically changing the play or calling the play as he jumps up behind the line of scrimmage, drops back into the shotgun. They snap it. Backpedaling. Try a screen. Oh, we intercepted it. Did Dobbs just intercept it? He did. DeMarcus Dobbs intercepts the screen at the 18-yard line. Randall Cobb on his knees with his face buried in the turf back at the 33. And DeMarcus Dobbs, who had an interception return for a touchdown against Central Michigan, comes up with a huge defensive play to maybe save it for Georgia.
And Dobbs got up there, picked that off just with one hand. What a great athletic play. Woo!
Holy smokes. 18-yard line for Georgia. Cats have a timeout left, according to the scoreboard. 46 seconds to go. Georgia up in the victory formation. Cats up on the line of scrimmage. Stafford takes a knee.
It's the sweetest formation in football. And I'm not sure if it's ever been a time to do it that's been more sweet than right now.
I don't believe they have any timeouts left because they're not calling any. The scoreboard says 1, but that's going to be it. Clock at 25. Dogs will have to snap it once more. And it will be a hard-fought win in Lexington. And Stafford takes a knee, hops away with the ball, flips it back to the officials. And that is the ball game. With 10 seconds to go, they'll count it down, and the Dog fans across the way in red and black will cheer on the effort. 42-38, the final score. The Dogs get their 8th win of the season, and it wasn't easy. 42-38, I'm out of breath. Oh, man.
It's not good when we're tired. We didn't do anything.
I did a lot of jumping. AT&T Call of the Game. That's coming up next on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
The quarterback drops back and rifles the ball into the receiver's hands. It happens time and time again.
Scott Howard back here at Commonwealth Stadium where Georgia has squeaked one out. What a ball game. 42-38 the final score as the Dogs improve to 8-2 overall, 5-2 in the SEC. Kentucky drops to 6-4 and 2-4. And it's time now for the Alpha Insurance Locker Room Show and our AT&T calls of the game here this afternoon. Well, Georgia on the game-winning drive completed a 78-yard pass from Stafford to Muhammad Massaquoi. It was a short pass, but Muhammad ran for, I think he caught it, somewhere around the 30, 35-yard line, and then he just burst down the field and got it inside the Kentucky 10. And that set up our first AT&T call of the game. It was 3rd and 11? 3rd and 11 for Georgia. And, well, we'll just let you hear how the Dogs improvised the play. Here's the first AT&T call of the game. A 78-yard pass play took the Dogs from the 15 down inside the Cats 10. Now we send Marino out into the right slot, and Samuel is the lone setback. No Sean in motion, back and forth. Play action from Stafford. Stafford avoids the sack, fakes, runs to the near sideline, still looking, throws it into the end zone, and touchdown! Touchdown, A.J. Green, back right corner of the end zone. That put the Dogs ahead 42-38 with the point after, but there was time on the clock, and you knew Kentucky was going to give it a finish. The Cats got deep into Georgia territory. The Dogs held on 4th down, but Georgia was flagged for a personal foul face mask penalty, which gave Kentucky new life. And that brings us to our second and final AT&T call of the game with the contest on the line. They're on the 13, excuse me. 1st and 10 on the Dogs' 13 in the shotgun. Cobb frantically changing the play or calling the play as he jumps up behind the line of scrimmage, drops back into the shotgun. They snap it. Backpedaling. Try a screen. Oh, we intercepted it. Did Dobbs just intercept it? He did. DeMarcus Dobbs intercepts the screen at the 18-yard line. DeMarcus Dobbs with his second interception of the year. He's got bragging rights because our corners don't have any picks, and he's got 2. DeMarcus Dobbs, the defensive end, coming up with one of the big plays of the game. There's Georgia preserves the victory 42-38, and Auburn is up next, and that's next week. That's our AT&T calls of the game. Coming up next, it's Hondo checking the scores, and don't forget Coach Mark Richt on the AT&T Bulldog Hotline this Monday night, 8:06, right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Well, beyond the earth, beyond all things that gave us birth, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. If God is throwing dice and Einstein doesn't mind the chance, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. Infinity runs deep, eternity that we can keep. We'll navigate the seas of the sun. Flowers of our souls, purple, blue, and gold we find to navigate the seas of the sun. So we know who we are, even in this frozen waste. We'll navigate the seas of the sun, living in this place, staring into space we find. We'll navigate the seas of the sun, well beyond the earth, beyond all things that gave us birth. We navigate the seas of the sun.
So long, everybody!
Getting ready to tee it up. Here to tell you about it, the legendary voice of the Bulldogs, Larry Munson.
And thank you, Scott. At the picture now, it's a little different. The helmets are still red, but the jersey is black. Knox to the pick, back to throw, looking, fires a bullet. We intercept it on the 33-yard line and take it out of bounds. Keelan Johnson, right for the tight end Bennett. Keelan Johnson just intercepted on the... Now it's gone. There's his man wide open. Touchdown, Massacre. Long bomb. That was really hard.
finally complete one for a huge gain.
Shotgun. 4 receivers this time. Snap. Bobo drops back. They're coming on him, and he throws. Juan Daniels caught the ball. Flag down. Daniels caught the ball. Touchdown. They were also calling interference. Bobo hit him. He got knocked down hard after the play. Bobo was up limping with 1 minute and 45. Juan Daniels turned around. Bobo just went down again out on the field. Somebody really leveled him. Officials were talking. Juan Daniels turned around. The defensive back didn't. Juan caught the ball. Then interference after that. There's 105 seconds. Bobo is helped off the field. It doesn't look that serious. We're leading 13-12. Ball on the hash marks. Torn Kirksey's a running back. 3 receivers out to the right. Nobody out to the left. Bobo shotguns back with Kirksey. Gonna go for 2. Snap. Bobo flipped it. End around. A running reverse the other way. Here comes Hines Ward. He got a block. He scored. They knocked him upside down in a somersault. We ran an end around reverse with Hines Ward. Flag down after the play. He landed upside down.
Huge block by Larry Brown on that play. Larry to bring it on the corner. What a block.
An old Amp Arnold play that Dick Payne used to love so much. Williams reminds me that their kicker hit a 53-yarder against Kansas State. About the 44, and the kick is going to miss. He missed it. And the clock runs out. They tried to go for 54, and the Dogs have hung on by the skin of a toothbrush. 15-12. One of the officials under the crossbar squatted down to look to make sure. And now we all try to turn and look at a replay to see where the ball went. And even I'm looking at it now. It went to one side. And, yeah, about a foot to one side. Georgia has hung on one way or the other and has defeated Texas Tech 15-12, and I know that all the wet people who left early will never believe that.
Take it away. Boykin back deep. Gets it off cleanly. Wobbler going to take the Boykin catches it over the shoulder at the 8. Curls around. Back upfield to the 10 to the 15. Angles through. Traffic across to the 30 to the 40. In open field 50. In open field 40. 30. 20. 10. 5. Boykin does it again. Touchdown. Wow. What a return.
To be very, very tight. And remember what happened the last time we played these guys? We put Damon Gary in motion, and then we roll right and throw back to Gary left. And Gary's coming down the left side, the 40, the 35, the 30. Going to try to dodge a guy, the 20 coming to the middle. Going to get it down inside of the 10. Maybe to the 7, Damian Gary. We're in an eye. Purdue's up on a 6. David Green looking. And there he's going. Touchdown as he threw it to Gibson in the corner. One receiver only who floated off to his right where he was lined up with a little short hook back to his right in the end zone. Only one receiver. So is drawn first blood, and Billy Bennett sticks it up in the air high and straight, and the Dogs have gotten the first 7 in this football game. Orton takes it, and we're going to chase him behind the line, and we got him back in the 23. Odell Thurman, I believe, from behind, just barely got him and raked him down. Green is underneath, takes his time. Thomas comes up to him and goes back in his position. Green straightens up and looks. Fade pattern to Gibson. Touchdown in the same right corner as the other one. Just a nice soft fade. And Gibson ran right past the receivers, moved in position, in motion. They fire down the middle. And we intercept the ball on a low pass. Was it Pollock or Taylor? Pollock hit the quarterback. And the Dogs have won it in overtime. Pollock hit the quarterback as we're trying to check. It came off awfully close to Tony Taylor after the throw. The Dogs have won it in overtime regardless. Look at the team. They're jumping out there in the middle of this bowl. The Capital One Bowl has ended. We've won 34.
Down to McKenzie at the 46 to the near side. He's got some room. McKenzie to the 40 in Auburn territory. 30, 25, 20. Tries to split the defense. He does. Touchdown. Touchdown, Isaiah McKenzie.
Oh, hold on. But it's going to take more than emotion. It's also going to take execution.
Society blind by color. Why hold down one to raise another?
The speed sweep with Isaiah. He's got the ball wide left. 20-15. Tig gets a block. 5. Touchdown again. Isaiah McKenzie.
The world is headed for mutiny when all we want is unity.
She dropped it. He dropped it. He missed the punt. I think the Dogs have fallen on him. Dogs got the ball at the Eagle 29-yard line. 5 seconds of the play clock now left. And that complete near side over the far side. 1 second to go. They get the snap off. He's going to throw it to the right side to the corner. Diving catch. Did he make it? Yeah, he stretched out and caught it. Sliding in the left pylon. Terry got him, the freshman. What a catch. Boy, what a catch indeed. He got horizontal to the ground and then he just laid out to make that catch and somehow able to secure the football when he hits the ground.
I feel violent. I feel alone. Don't try to change my mind.
Behind the line. And we run a guy right up the middle, driving down to the goal line. Thomas Brown, touchdown. Thomas Brown blue. We had a real hole in the middle, looking like a trap. Shotgun. Running back in, we hit him behind the line. Third down, Wheeler got him. Jeff Jennings, safety. The running back, Jeff Jennings, hit about 4 or 5 yards and stopped. And look, and there's a man wide open. And Reggie Brown somehow got one stride on his man and then twisted his head around and looked and put his hands up. Touchdown to tight end, Big Pope. Went down the left side and Pope caught another pass. You remember he caught 3-4 of them in the first quarter.
Be their first 4th down attempt tonight. Out of the pistol. Now Upshaw. the backfield. Direct snap to Ramsby. Wildcat. Ramsby moves to the right. We stopped him. We stopped him. He did not get it. We stopped Ramsey. Jordan Jenkins with the tackle back at the 18 of the 19. Jenkins and Bellamy converged. They stopped Ramsby. He took a direct snap, and we stuffed him into the turf. In the overtime, well, that's Fury. George on the 25, handoff Tony Michel. 20, 15, 10, 5. Dogs win. Dogs win. Touchdown, Michel. Wrap it up. Let's go home.
Boy, after being hemmed up all game long, finally Sony breaks one and couldn't come at a better time.
They're mobbing Sony Michel in the left corner of the left end zone. Shift out of that. Overload the left side. 4 guys on the left side. 1 on the right. We go empty. Brown drops back. Wants to throw it to the right. 1-on-1. We get it. We got it. Yeah. Terry Godwin beat his man 1-on-1. Javaris Davis for Auburn. Couldn't hang with the junior from Hogansville. The 2-point conversion is good. Toss it to Noshawn Marino. Runs to the middle of the line. Hesitates. Breaks the tackle. Noshawn 45, 50, 45, 40, 35. Nobody's going to catch him. Noshawn. Here they come. They get it away. End over end kick. Take back. They fumbled it. And we picked it up, and I think we've recovered it. Touchdown. Off the bounce. They bumped it. We chased it down. I think it was Campbell again. Tyson Campbell, the gunner, I think, has recovered it in the end zone for the touchdown.
Boy, great hustle there by Tyson Campbell and great ball awareness. The ball on that one as soon as it was muffed.
How about... to McConkey. He wanted to throw, he's going to run it instead. McConkey weaving his way through traffic. 20-15, breaks the tackle. 10-5, dives for the goal line. He gets there just inside the near pylon. Glad McConkey with an amazing touch.
can win here. Snap, handoff, Frazier. Don't win, touchdown, extra point, whatever you want to call it. This game is over.
Boy, and it's mayhem. The Dogs just mobbing Frazier.
There's a tip pass interception by Kyron Jones. He's going to catch it and take it to the house for pick 6. Look at that on your first play as a Bulldog. Touchdown for the Dogs.
Boy, you'll remember for the rest of your life. It's just tailor-made for him to pick 6 it.
Around the 10. Fred Gibson, 10 to the 20. Trying to go up the middle. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 40, 35, 30. And then there's Fred Gibson all the way. Man, those long, skinny legs just flashing. Shotgun. David Green right over the middle. And it's complete to Gibson up to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 40, the 35 from behind. David Green looks, throws a little inside screen, touchdown right up the middle of Fred Gibson. And we ran a little tunnel screen up in there, really not a screen. Green going to fake it and come back and going to throw a long fly pattern again. And Gibson caught the ball and then fell out of bounds down on their 32. And Green's going to throw another bomb, and he's got his receiver out there. Fred Gibson down to about the 10 or the 11 before they got him down. Snap is high and bad, but he caught him. They're coming on him. He got away from him and then threw a long bomb. And it's caught by Fred Gibson. A long touchdown.
Well, we'll take it.
Wow, what luck. With 2:05 to go, Auburn's trying to break our hearts here. 19-14 in the Dogs lead. Again, you guys, hunker down. Auburn up to the line. Big Edward to the right, the little train to the right. One man split left, a man a slot to the right. Randy Campbell with a man switching. Carver got him from behind. Back on the 30. Carver flicked from the right hand corner. Carver blew in unprotected. They had 3 wideouts on the right. Oh man, 2 big plays, 84 seconds. Third down, 21, Auburn back on the 30. Watch this now. I hate to keep saying it, but hunker down. You didn't hear me, you guys, hunker down. Dogs in a 5-3, kind of a 5-4, 1 wide out to the left, a man in motion, little train going to the right. And Randy Campbell, they blitz him, he dumps it over the middle, and it's complete on the 25 to Ed West. West stumbles and falls on the 20. Ed West reached, he made a good one-arm grab off balance of the 25 and fell down on the 20 as the Dogs are coming across on the 21. Pass play was 9 yards, it's 4th down. Timeout, Auburn. Timeout, 49 seconds. 4th and 17. I know I'm asking a lot, you guys, but hunker it down one more time. Auburn up to the line on the 21. Man split left, 2 men wide right, and a man on the slot to the right. Dogs are in a 4. And Campbell, as they blitz on him, he threw a high, wobbly pass. They fight in the end zone, and the Dogs broke it up. They broke it up. They broke it up. Ronnie Harris and Jeff Sanchez got up in the air. We had pressure up the middle. They pressured the quarterback, 1 man in the middle, and 1 from the flank. They pressured him.
and they made him throw it. The Dogs with 42 seconds. I won't ask you to do that again, you guys. Ball on the 21. They pressured him. Did you see him kind of arch that ball? Somebody blew right up the middle at him, and I think that was Hogue trying to come from the right. The ball.
It seems like every day's the same, and I'm left to discover on my own. It seems like everything is gray and there's no color to behold. They say it's over and I'm fine again. Yeah. Try to stay sober, feels like I'm dying. And I am aware now of how everything's gonna be fine. One day too late, I'm in hell. I am prepared now, seems everyone's gonna be fine. One day too late, just
the hole there up front. What you can't deny is the downfield coverage.
We come after the punt and we block it. Stokes picks it up on the bounce. Touchdown, touchdown. Eric Stokes.
Have yourself a game, young man. Great job, defensive secondary. And then comes and blocks that one, just takes it right off the foot of the Missouri punter. And we've had a couple of Sunday hops right into our lap that have led to touchdowns.
Right off the turf, Stokes, who made a fine play to break up the third down pass, blocked the punt, caught the bounce, and scored the touchdown.
Dogs stay in the eye. This time will pass. Stafford right down the middle. He's got a man wide open. It's caught by Massacroix. 50, 40. So long, everybody. Massacroix. Touchdown. Now we send Marino out to the right slot, and Samuel is the lone setback. No shot in motion. Back and forth. Play action from Stafford. Stafford avoids the sack, fakes, runs to the near sideline. Still looking. Throws it into the end zone. And touchdown! Touchdown, A.J. Green, back right corner of the end zone.
On a scrimmage, drops back in the shotgun, they snap it. Backpedaling, try screen. Oh, he intercepted it. The Dogs just intercepted. He did. The Marcus Dogs intercept the screen at the 18-yard line.
I think that's tight end Fitzpatrick out there by himself on the left side. Daniel's going to take it from the far hash, roll to the right, throw on the run, and on the turf, going down, touchdown Pickett. His knees were already on the turf. He fell forward, cradled the football, and picks up 6 points. And Daniels takes the snap, drops back on the 48. Heaves the ball long towards the end zone. Kieras Jackson, this time he caught it. Yeah! Touchdown, Georgia.
In his first opportunity to return a punt this year, there's a high spiraling punt taken by Miller on the 8. Breaks the tackle. Miller right up the field. 25-30. One man to beat. Miller. Miller 50. Miller 40. Miller 30. 20. 10. 5. Touchdown. How about that? That's not bad for a first time out of the box. And that's exactly what you need. For myself, for me, for me, for myself, I am prepared now for
53.5-yard try near hash, kicking right, snap, hold, kick is away, it's reaching, and it is good, good, good. Hot Pot does it. All right, Hot Pot, he got it, he got it. And the Dogs have a 22-21 lead with 2 seconds remaining. 53-yarder. Flags are all over the field because the bench erupted. Everybody went on the field. We've got state patrolmen on the field. We've got managers and trainers and every player from the bench trying to get them back on the sideline and control the order here in the Peach Bowl. positions. Now he slides in motion. He'll take a handoff from Murray. Comes to the near side with a block.
You're so afraid of love. There's not much time. All the pain inside just makes you want to die. Love may, don't hate me. Your rain is okay. Trust me, come this way. Live in
Taking their time, trying to possess that football and eat up the clock. A little more than 10 minutes remain. Play fake area, bootleg. Prompt sets up, all day to throw. Downfield, he's got Gager! 28, 20, 10, 5, give him Simmons! Touchdown!
Pickens was on a post. Gager just on a wheel route. Tremendous time on a little half bootleg, and we threw it back against the grain.
I cried way too many tears. You'll keep suffering till you come to me. Outside you act so tough, but inside you cry. All the pain inside just makes you want to die. Love me, don't hate me. Your rain is okay. Trust me, come this way. Live
Puts it away, end over end kick right down the near hash, taken 2 yards deep in the end zone. Boykin runs it out straight ahead 10, 15, has a lane 25, 30, gets by a tackler 40. Boykin to the sideline 50, Boykin 40, Boykin 30, got one man to beat. Boykin takes it all the way for the second time this year. 100 plus yards. Brandon Boykin with a touchdown.
What a touchdown.
We're not in a break. Here's Yates with the kick. Straight down the middle, end over end. Now Boykin shifts to the far half. He catches it on the goal line. Hit 10, 15, 20. Bit of a gap. 25 still on his feet. 30. Boykin looking for running room. He's got a convoy down the far sideline. 50, 40, 30, 20. Boykin, touchdown. Yes, sir. No flags on the field.
Your soul is mine. I don't lie. I swear you'll never die. Stay
Garrison to the 15. He plows over him and he fumbled the ball. He fumbled it. Georgia says we have it, and the Dogs have the ball.